Awesome. Now, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our presentation for UST Technology from Skyward Community for the month of April. My name is John Bose, and I am the curator for Skyward Community here in Nigeria. I'm a network marketer, and I've been in this space for 8+ years. I joined the Skyward Community in March 2019. Before this, I had worked with other companies. Of course, I grew in the ranks, and I'm presently the current regional curator for Skyward Community here in Nigeria. And recently, I became the Skyward Community African Macro Region Director, and that means I'm responsible for Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, as well as the Cameroon sub-region. So if you are meeting me for the first time, this is who I am. Skyward Community has been my platform for reaching out to the world and for making a meaningful impact that will outlive me. And in this tonight's presentation, we'll be sharing with you this community, what it entails, the benefit it stands to give you as a partner. And my colleagues and I will be telling you about the international social venture ecosystem, which offers support for exceptional innovation and exceptional environmental solutions, the Skyward Community ecosystem. And we will tell you about the 3 key components of this ecosystem, which is the fintech, the part that pertains to investment, the social tech, which pertains to the community and the networking opportunity, and the edtech, which pertains to training and professional development. Now, with me are 3 of my amazing colleagues who will be sharing with you details of the 3 aspects or 3 components of this community. And the first person who will be speaking to us today, all the way from Toronto, Canada, is Ambassador Elvis Smart, who is a serial entrepreneur, the CEO of Egule Global Resources. Is a dynamic business mentor, life coach, and a public speaker. He is a regional leader with Skyward Community, and he's well-read. He has done his bachelor's degree in business administration. He went on to do more degrees in Thailand and presently doing a postgraduate diploma in business management at Centennial College in Toronto, Canada. So Ambassador Elvis, you'll be taking the floor now and you'll be talking to us about the fintech aspect of the Skyward Community.
Thank you very much, my able curator. Thank you for the introduction, and I thank everyone present here this evening. So I will be talking about, just like the curator said, I will be talking about the venture capital investments. So here in the Skyward Community, we offer you and the general public the unique opportunity to influence, build, and redirect your future and that of your loved children by investing in large, eco-friendly, innovative projects like what you've seen here, UST, and many more that are still on the pipeline. And not only investing, but you also have the opportunity to earn profit at the same time. So going forward to these second slides, we'll be looking at some of the advantages of investing in capital investments. Some of the advantages we see here. Can I go back to that first picture? Okay, looking at these 2 pictures, you will see these are 2 different projects. We have the UST and also we have the Uteria. So these 2 projects you see on the screen is opportunity that we have offered to so many investors. Unfortunately, for those who joined us late last year, the door to invest in Uteria has closed last September. But you can still make hay today, and now why the sun of UST is still shining, because the door to invest in this very opportunity will soon close. So that having said, let us look at some of the advantages of venture capital investment. Now, with us in the Skyward Community, you don't just invest in any how project. We help you assess high growth profitability opportunities. We also provide you with some cutting-edge funding instruments. In addition, being part of us means an opening to participate in innovative projects and, of course, affords you the privilege to network globally and ultimately become a future co-owner of large companies. Just imagine you are a co-owner of Facebook, Amazon, and the rest multinational companies that we have today. So looking at one of the brain behind what we are presenting to you is the young man you are seeing his picture here. So he used Tesla as an example here. Ale Secondo, a visionary strategist and a Skyward co-founder, pointed out that the environment now plays a special role in the future of the planet and humanity. He noted that Tesla is not only absorbed large investors when they started the project, they also the company also gave an opening to investors like you and I, ordinary investors like you and I, which made the eco-friendly project of Tesla a hit and a success, just as what we are seeing today. So having said that, I will want us to look at this unique project in earnest. UST String Technology, as you are seeing. So we look at the futures of this UST project and what it is. UST is an innovative string transport system. This transport is fast, eco-friendly, cost-effective, and designed for both people and goods in all weather conditions. So we mean in all weather conditions. So looking at some of the features as we see here, our string transport reaches speed up to 150 kilometers per hour and moves up to 50,000 passengers per hour. Secondly, it's cost-effective and eco-friendly, just like I said. This solution of the string transport is cheaper and cleaner than any other transport solution we have out there. It's also safe and reliable. Lastly, our string versatility is second to none, as it can travel from desert to regions, just like Arctic regions, just like I've said. We want to look at in details eco-friendliness of this transport. We take it in part 1 and part 2. So taking this first, UST transport protects nature, very, very important to us. It produces no harmful emissions. It creates low noise and vibration. Again, it keeps land open for parks and green spaces. You will now agree with me that our transport is truly in harmony with nature. Very, very important. So looking at the part 2 of the friendliness of our project, building UST requires less steel, concrete, and asphalt. Its building cost is cheaper. It uses less energy and reduces the cost of goods and travel for everyone. This is so interesting, I must confess. The price one time when they evaluated the price from Lagos to Abuja, it was actually cost for 5,000 naira. So you can see how cheap it is. So we want to look at the safety and of UST transport. The safety is our key. Safety is our key. UST has a stable automated tracks. It resists extreme weather like hurricane and the earthquake. It offers a smooth, comfortable, and secure ride. The above means movement will be smooth and comfortable. Secondly, no one will fall asleep at the wheel. And thirdly, no one will get wet in the rain, just like we have today. And when you look at this picture, you will see people also passing underneath that suspended string ray. That is to show you how comfortable our project is. Moving forward, we want to look at the other mode of our transport, which is the container area. As you can see, UST works everywhere. It works in cities, desert, mountains, or in ice zone. It handles passenger, freight, and high-speed transport and can connect easily with other systems. Just like you see, this container is directly trucked from the sea and going to the customer. So what the above means is that where others cannot, we can, because we have all it takes. So if you truly understand what I'm just saying, I want you to put a reaction in the chat system there, in the chat system, to show that you are happy with all that I've said so much. I want you to put a reaction in our chat box. The next slide, we want to look at the demonstration and testing centers. Thank you for those reactions. Thank you for those reactions. So we are looking at the two demonstration and testing centers that we have. Our technology isn't just theory. People think our technology is theory. It's already working. We have two demonstration parks. One is in Eco Techno Park in Belarus, and the second one is in Charger, UAE. So I personally, I had the opportunity to visit the charger center myself. So I would want us watch this latest clip from what I just mentioned. Enjoy the clip. Okay, you can one by one.
On a Jean Bosco, le leader Courassa du Sénégal, le leader Smart, et moi-même, le leader Alain du Cameroun.
Хочу добавить, что касается меня как пешехода. Когда транспорт движется наверху, он не мешает пешеходам. Люди могут спокойно ходить.
Y estamos viajando por acá, realmente es una maravilla para todas las personas que pensaban que estas que es hora del control ya no serán realidad. Hoy me encuentro en este centro de pronto de nuestra noticia en Shanghai.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can see, having gone there and I have seen, I am well convinced that we are truly on the right track. And you just have to tell your people to move in here, absorb what we are doing. So we are moving forward to the next slide. We looked at the co-ownership of the company by investors. So by investing, you become a part and a co-owner of this technology valued over $400 billion US dollar through our holding company, GTI. What this means is that all co-owners of this project indirectly owns the string transport technology and all the companies that GTI owns. You see? So this is what it means. Now, not only that, not only being co-owner of the company, we want to look at the dividend aspects of the company. So looking at the dividend, we also take it in two parts. Investors earn income in the form of dividends. So a minimum of 20% of GTI profits will be distributed as dividends to shareholders. So powerful. And if you were in the last meeting that was held on the 16th of April, they've increased this percentage. They've increased it. So the next speaker will talk about it. So looking at the second aspect of the dividends, even if GTI does not go public, dividend payment still remains and it will happen. And earnings are shared based on how many portions you own. So the dividend declared will be distributed in proportion to the portion of shares or portion that you own. So looking 2 days ago, we can see our great ambassador, Dr. Sam, he increased his shares, even though he has so much, but he still wants to make more. So we are also looking at the buyback portion. Looking at the slides here, you will understand that on 2 occasions, over 5,000 of our early investors have already sold their portions back to the company at a huge profit. And I met one who, because I was curious to actually know how much they buy, and someone gave me a figure of what he knows. So that is so alarming. And another one, just like you can read here, another one or even bigger buyback opportunity is coming soon. So we have to key in and see how that goes. So looking at the next slide, we are talking about inheritance in the next slide. So your investment can be inherited by your loved ones. We provide full legal support for the transfer to future generation. So in the back office, as your coach or the person referred you will show, you will see the portion where you can input the name of your next of kin, the person you want him or her to inherit that portion. So in the future, you can sell your investment portion and make profit based on the asset value and exchange increase. What that means is that some of us are invested very early. You can see, like when I invested, dollar rate was 300 naira per dollar. So today, dollar rate is 1,500 over. So you can see the exchange, the difference in the exchange rate is also the great profit you have made. So looking at these last slides, I want to say that all the privileges and benefits described above can only be secured if you participate in the project till the end of stage 15. And stage 15, just like we know, is coming to an end. So to demonstrate how far we've gone and how we get here, I want us again to watch these little clips to understand fully how the journey started so far. Thank you.
The social venture ecosystem Sky World Community has been a strategic partner of Unitsky String Technologies Inc. since 2015. We have been successful in attracting investment in string transport technology for 8 years. We have ensured robust funding for the project and, like many of its co-owners and our community partners, we are waiting when the final 15th stage to be closed. While taking proactive steps, over the 8 years of our platform's existence, we have built a powerful mechanism capable of raising the necessary amount of funding to close stage 15 in just 1 year. More than 650,000 people have registered in the Sky World community, of which more than 200,000 have not only become investors, but also signed a partnership agreement. And if right now each of the current investors and partners will make their minimum contribution of $500, then in just a few months, or maybe even weeks, we will confidently announce the closed opportunity to become a co-owner of UST Technology on favorable terms. The $100 per month installment plan will allow you to fully complete the 15 stages of financing in 5 months. And if we want to close the final stage as soon as possible, there is nothing easier. Go to your personal accounts and support the project with an investment without delay. Please note, if every existing investor or partner tells their friends, relatives, or colleagues about the opportunity to become a co-owner of a breakthrough transport technology, the speed of attracting financing will ramp up dramatically. If everyone right now invites at least one investor with a minimum deposit of $500, then tomorrow, we will collect all the necessary amount. The portions of the holding will be distributed among investors and the company will complete certification, construction, and demonstration in the shortest possible time, thus bringing closer commercialization of targeted projects, growth in asset value, and the possibility of paying dividends. Tell people that String Technology is no longer a venture startup, but an independent, small-scale, scalable production facility, increasing its capacity year after year. Tell them that following the results of the audit for 2022, the company has reached self-sufficiency and is currently able to cover its current costs on its own, which means it will soon be profitable and able to pay a minimum dividend of 20% of its net income, and you don't have to wait for a public stock exchange to do that. Often we hear the same questions. When will the 15th stage close? How long will it last? The answer is simple. It's up to you, dear investors and partners. Call, write, tell your community about the opportunity to become a co-owner of a unique transport technology with the prospect of covering up to 50% of the transport market. This is your unique chance to bring as close as possible what everyone is waiting for, with minimal effort.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Before I hand into my curator, I will rightly say, with what I saw in Dubai, I am pleading and I'm telling as many who care to know, do everything to be part of this project. You are in a project that is not only going to change your life, it will change that of your generation and help you to live a normal life as a human being. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you.
Well, thank you so much, Ambassador Elvis, for sharing with us your personal experience having gone to the test and demonstration site at the United Arab Emirates. And thank you for recording those video feedback, because it's good that the audience can see that what we are talking about is not theoretical. It is practical. It is transportation that is on the ground. When we tell you the capacity of the transportation of 50,000 passengers per hour, the capacity of the speed of 150 kilometers, we actually have demonstration sites where we don't just say these things, we actually show how they operate. Now, I'll be inviting the next speaker who is going to come on board to talk to us about the community aspect of this technology. Many of you are familiar with the fact that technology cannot exist in a void. It is meant to solve problems that actual people have, and it is people who will use these solutions. And so building a community around an idea can already give you a picture of the use case, a picture of the adoption of that particular technology, and a picture of the response, whether positive or negative, to that particular technology or innovation. So we have a community surrounding the development of breakthrough technologies and also financing these breakthrough technologies. And this community is a community you can be a part of. So Mr. Sunday Gudu, who is an entrepreneur and a public speaker, a passive income strategist and an advocate of multiple streams of income, will be talking to us about this community. Mr. Sunday, you are here, kindly unmute your mic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me, my curator?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for that introduction. And I want us to give another round of applause for our last speaker, Ambassador Elvis, for that unique presentation and insight. Now, in my section of this meeting, I'll be looking at the social tech aspect of this company called Skyward Community. As clearly mentioned to us before now, we have three aspects of this presentation, and I'm taking the second aspect of it, which is the social area. This is just a community of like-minded people that see the need to contribute their efforts to make the world a better place for all. And currently, we have over 600,000 people in this community. And this cut across over 180 countries and 25 languages. We meet in real life condition in special events, both at the regional level and at the international level. The last speaker just mentioned that it was at United Arab Emirates in the Unitsky Test Center in one of such international events. And together, we can actually influence how technology develops today. In case if you don't know, every little product you see in the society today is developed and produced and financed by somebody. And many of the technology that we see today that ought not to be, were also financed by people. So let's be part of this innovation of financing, supporting unique technology that can make the environment a safer place for everyone and a better society created. Let's watch this video to give us insight to how far we have gone from inception to date. And we are over 10 years in this business now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I want to believe everyone has actually gotten some proper glimpse of where we started from, some of the accomplishment in the process, and where we are now. Now, at this point, let me share a little brief of my personal testimony and journey in the Skywalk community. Maybe it will help somebody. I actually joined the Skywalk community in 2020 during the lockdown period. I was invited by a friend to a webinar like this. Those were the days Ambassador Christian was still around, Dr. Samsudin, Arugudade. They used to handle presentations. And after the presentation, I went back to who invited me. I joined the community. And in the process, I've grown. I moved from the starting point as a partner. Today, I am a man. I've also undergone some training in the platform. After my section, the next presenter will give us details in that area. I've gone through some training. Among them is the basic training. Then I've also gone through a special training for speakers, professional speakers. And now I am also training in the SWC professional agent. So it's all about learning and improving myself. And I've also been able to enjoy some benefit. Last year, to be precise, a marathon was launched, and I was privileged to be part of the marathon, both as a participant and also as a tracker. And at the end of it all, I won some prizes, two of which I will just mention. One, I was given a tablet device. Then the second one was a trip I ought to have taken to the United Arab Emirates. That would have been a good one to meet the like of Ambassador Elvis, who just spoke to us initially, alongside with my curator, but some little issues happened. But the emphasis here is that there are all kinds of opportunities here. In the Skywalk community, it's a broad spectrum opportunity for everyone who cares, who is ready to make the environment better, to make life more meaningful, to live healthy and harmonious life. Let's move on in the presentation. So this is my little story. And by God's grace today, I'm also a speaker in the Nigeria region. Now, one thing that we want to come to your mind is why should anybody give attention to be part of the Skywalk community? Understand that the Skywalk community is a main assistant and support base for novice investor. Before I proceed, I want to tell you the truth that it is from the Skywalk community I understood that there is what they call pre-IPO investment opportunity. I have not come across it before, but through this platform, my eyes were open and I have left that realm of ignorance to where I can make reasonable judgment, evaluation, and take actions. Now, the Skywalk community gives opportunity to every individual to support large innovative projects that has very high commercial potential. You will agree with me that it's not everybody that has that acumen to analyze opportunity, then be able to conclude that this is going to be a good one and is going to sell on a long run or a short term. They also give opportunity to us, the entire society, to be able to influence the kind of eco-friendly project that are developed at our regional level and even in the world at large. Furthermore, opportunity is given to everyone to develop in a community of like-minded individuals. I want to believe you would have heard this statement from different times that iron sharpens iron. Also, here in the Skywalk community, you are given the opportunity to also increase your income and gain financial independence starting from right now. It is on that note, I want to encourage everyone to take a closer look at what we are doing here. Now, to further drive home the point, the Skywalk community has developed a special partners program that allows every partner to receive remunerations called bonuses from the financing raised from green projects and startups that we support. I want to draw our mind back a little. Remember, our first speaker mentioned to us that we have initially financed a project called UTerra, and that project is in the Middle East. The point here is that there are opportunities like this that are becoming every now and then that will be financing. Some months ago, it was UTerra. Currently, we are supporting Unitsky String Technology Transport Project. Some months from now, it may be another project. But the emphasis here is that those of us who are bringing the like-minded individual to support this opportunity will profit in real cash terms from the transactions that happen in the course of bringing them on board. Now, let's look at some of the things we enjoy in the community as we are developing your financial independence. What are partners already enjoying? Of course, you can enjoy up to 18% of the amount of financing raised through you directly. In other words, this is the highest percentage you can earn. Take note, this has to do with this current project. It doesn't mean every project this is the percentage. This has to do with the current project we are supporting, which is the Unitsky String Technology. So you can earn up to 80% of the fund that whoever you inform about it and they come on board to support the project, depending on the status you have attained in the organization, you can enjoy 15% one-time payment for whatever fund they use to support the project. Of course, there's also one-time accrual of up to $2,000 for any specific status. Now, take note that this $2,000 doesn't mean every status you achieve, they will give you $2,000. No, they are saying the highest status, you can enjoy up to $2,000 one-time payment. For growing
It looks like you're having challenges with the network.
level. For example, I, as expert, immediately I hit the rank of an expert, a congressional.
It looks like Mr. Sunday's network is giving him some challenges. But let's just give it a minute. I think he'll be back.
I'm already back, my curator.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much, and I'm sorry for that. It's one of those things we face
You should not be
sometimes
sorry.
because of business.
The network providers should be sorry. They are charging us so much for their tariff, and yet they are not providing the service we are paying for. Please carry
You
on,
are
sir.
correct. You are correct. So beside all the earlier mentioned benefit, there is the benefit of also enjoying special promotion. Of course, a promotion is on ground now. I believe our curator will mention it to us. There are also special drawings. Of course, the opportunities are many. The emphasis here is that how well you position yourself will determine the ones you'll be privileged to enjoy. Of course, we mentioned about the travels and the regional event that we hold from time to time with some special gift and offer that comes along with them. Let's move forward. And all this we are saying, take note that we have been doing this for more than 10 years in the world, and we have partners cutting across over 180 countries of the world, different language. So what I'm trying to tell you indirectly is that you are here face to face with an international business opportunity that can enable you to scale to any length that you wish. And of course, how do you become part of us? Very simple. Get back to whoever invited you for this webinar. They will give you the link to sign up. You will undergo a verification process. Of course, that is why they are there to guide you through. You will sign the partners agreement. After signing the partner agreement, to have a better grasp of what is before you, you can go further to the training and adaptation learning platform to get some basic facts that will give you a broader understanding of what to do. And then you begin to do your own business as an independent entrepreneur. And by raising funds for the projects we support from time to time, you will be receiving the corresponding remuneration depending on the status you have achieved. It is on this note I want to mention clearly that the SWC also takes over the assessment of the startup and regularly inform the members of the community on development and achievement. Of course, in the course of this presentation, I believe our curator will still update us on some of those developments as we normally do it in our webinars. So we do all this so that you can be calm, can be confident, there are no fears. All you just need to do, you ride the wave to success. On that note, I want to encourage you again, get back to whoever has invited you for this webinar and sign up and have access to the functionality of some of the things we enjoy. You know, in a webinar like this, we may not be able to say A to Z, but when you get to the platform, the personal account, you'll be able to see a lot of information that we could not mention here. Then you can now get yourself educated personally and make decisions based on informed knowledge. I want to appreciate you for being here with us. And on this note, I will hand over the floor back to my curator. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday. That was a brilliant presentation, and I love your background. Thank you so much. All right. Now,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, please, gentlemen, if you are here for the first time, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I should include every category. So if you're joining us, or probably this is your first time, or you're yet to be a member of this community, just write in the chat room, put a plus, so that I can properly acknowledge you. And also, I want to emphasize something that is important. I want to speak to you directly. Put a plus in the chat room. Let me know how many of us are yet to join this community. In this webinar tonight, how many participants are yet to join this community? Put a plus if you are yet to join. Mr. Taiwo Gunsanya says it's yet to join. That's to say you have not registered into Skywatch community. There's one Mr. Taiwo that I know is a registered member. I don't know if it's you. Okay, no, you're already a registered member. I meant those who are yet to register. You are in this meeting, but you have not joined the community. Okay. Now, the reason I ask that is because, like my colleague has rightly mentioned, there's this quote that says, if you stay in the barbing salon long enough, you are going to get a haircut. What does that mean? It means that if you stay around people who are succeeding, if you stay around people who are making impact, you will become a replica of the people you associate with. When we talk about joining communities like this, it's very important because you are an average of the 5 persons you associate with. And if the 5 persons you associate with are bad influence to you, whether it's in the area of the information that they give you, the places that they take you to, or the things that they make you do, you eventually find that just by associating with those people, you can be attached to them for good or bad. For example, they are rounding people up. People who were involved in, or maybe you were close to the area where a crime was committed, they just come and you were there visiting your friend. Are they going to ask you, why are you here? Who did you come to see? They will round everybody up and then you will go and snap mug shots that you had no business with because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it is very important that you begin to strategically position yourself. You have freedom of association, but some people misuse it. You use your freedom of association to associate wrongly. And when they invite you to the right place, you would look for reasons. Your village people will be whispering in your ear several reasons why you should not go ahead. And you will listen. But when they bring to you the wrong platform, Ponzi scheme, for example, CDEX, that's the one your village people will not talk. You will jump in and you will burn your finger. How many times will you repeat the same mistake, continuing the same pattern, repeat the same errors, and get the same results? They say insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. My colleague has told you about this community. The 2 speakers who spoke before have told you all the benefits. Listen, action is what will separate you from those who will hear this thing, be inspired by it, and do nothing. They say 1 good action is better than 1,000 good intentions. And on that note, I'm going to invite the next speaker who will be telling us about the training and adaptation platform, which is still one of the benefits that you get as a part of the SkyWorld community. Our speaker is an entrepreneur and a public speaker. She's a skill acquisition instructor. She's a leader in the SkyWorld community, and she holds 2 degrees in mass communication as well as in French translation, as well as in French, and then a master's degree in French translation. So this is a multi-talented lady. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Ms. Maria Bose. She'll be talking to us about the training and adaptation platform. If you are here, kindly unmute your mic.
Okay, good evening, my curate. So I'm here.
Welcome.
I have turned on my video, but I can't see myself.
We can see you.
Yes.
Please, if you can see the speaker, put plus in the chat.
Okay. All right, good evening, amazing partners and prospective partners of SkyWorld community. You are all welcome to this webinar. Today, I will be taking you through the educational aspect of SkyWorld community. So as you know, our slogan is to make 10% of the world population financially free. And aside that, we are also helping to upskill our members and partners to become better versions of themselves. I don't know if there is any community you know that does this, but if not, this deserves a commendation. Just put a power sign or the sign of the hand saying that this is a powerful platform that you have come to on the chat box. But if you know of other communities which does something like this, aside making you financially stable for life and also trains you to become a better version of yourself, giving you educational training, then you shouldn't put anything on the platform. You shouldn't put an emoji. But if you do know that you haven't come across something like this, then it deserves a powerful emoji. Just put that on the platform. All right, so SkyWorld community has an educational training platform, which is known as the Smart World community. And the Smart World community is a training platform for every partner. As a partner, you have access to this platform. This platform gives you access to promising professions and also gives you access to best, wonderful, high-note speakers and coaches recognized by the community. And you also have access to do a one-on-one training with these recognized speakers and coaches. Also, it gives you real-life practice and job prospects. As a beginner, this platform is for you because it sets the pace for you. It helps you and improves your financial literacy. Our community is actually built, this training platform is built for your rapid growth through the SWC business model. On our platform, the educational platform, you will get reliable and verified information that you can use, and you don't have to be scared that you're going to stutter or you're going to make a mistake. Also, partners are trained from the basic level to an advanced level, to a leadership level that gives them the wherewithal to know what to say at the right time. Everyone can grow from the basic partner level that they are to a Sky expert through our training platform. We are known for, as our mission, to provide knowledge and tools that will help partners to succeed, to develop their skills, and to make positive changes in society through our educational programs. The training you can get from our platform are enormous. We have very sellable, promising courses ranging from social media engagement to personal branding, to sales marketing, to self-presentation, to public speaking, to scaling, to team building, and so much more. Now you may ask yourself, how do I partake in this training platform? You can see at the right-hand side of the screen that there is a scan code. As a member, you do not need any other login, but just the login which you use in having access to your SWC account. You just scan this code and it takes you to the link where you can just register with the link you already have as a partner, and then you have access to it. Also, the link is also dropped on the platform here right now as we are doing the webinar. You can also gain access through the link that has been dropped to access our training platform. Then for new prospects who are coming in, you will need to, first of all, register an SWC account, which is Skyward Community account, which is absolutely free. Have an account, and with that login details which you have used to create an SWC account, that is what you will use to access the training platform. Thank you very much, and God bless you for staying up till this very extent to listen to all that we have to tell you. I want to also commend my co-speakers who have done justice to the fintech and the social aspects of our community. God bless you, and I will hand over the floor to my curator.
Thank you for that brilliant, apt, and well put together presentation. Now I will be taking us through some recent updates from the Skyward communities, the project that it financed, and I'd like to first of all draw our attention to the Unitsky promotion, which is currently ongoing. This promotion is in honor of Anatoly Unitsky's 76th birthday anniversary. You know, sometimes we don't really think about how the project founder is so healthy, even at such a very significant age. If you shake his hand, he has a firm handshake. You can ask Mr. Elvis, who was with him recently on the Skyward Community's 10th anniversary. If you are with him, you will not feel his age. As a matter of fact, I sometimes wonder, how healthy will I be at his age? And it's a challenge to me because that man takes good care of his health. And it's a challenge to me to do the same. So I'm also going to ask you, as you are planning for and securing assets to ensure your wealth, also make sure that you're doing what it takes to have the health to enjoy that wealth. All right, now this promotion is available in your personal office and is valid from the 16th of April till the 1st of May and is ending 10 p.m. Nigerian time. Take note. Now, who is this promotion available to? Several categories of persons, of which we have people who participated in the Dubai tour, people who, as at 1st of January 2022, have at least made $1,000 in personal investments, and those who have more than 100,000 portions in their ownership, and anyone who receives a ticket from those who have access, a gift ticket to grant them access to this promotion. These are the categories of persons who will be able to access this program. And you can gift tickets to anybody. It doesn't have to be under you. It doesn't have to be in your structure. As far as they are members of the community, whether they are outside the country or inside the country, from your region or not, you can gift tickets to anyone. All you need is their email address. And there is also reward. When you give ticket to someone and they use it for an investment, you that gave the ticket, you will get a reward. And in line with this, we created a form for interest form, those who wish to give tickets and those who want to get tickets because they wish to make investments. We gave this out to the community to fill so that those you can signify interest to either receive or to gift a ticket. And we ask that if you want to receive, show us a screenshot evidence from your back office that you have funded your back office. It's not that we'll gift you a ticket and it will die in your hand without being used for an investment. Show us you are ready to make the investment. All you are waiting on is the ticket, and you will get the ticket. Then those who say they want to gift tickets, show us that you have it and make a screenshot of it, attach it to the form, upload it, and we will see. So we will now match those who have with those who want and make sure that we are going to do it in the order of first come, first served. So make sure that you fill that form if you haven't done so. If you wish to receive or you wish to give, that form will enable you to indicate your interest. Now, what are the available portions under this promotion? We have the lowest package of 500, and we have the highest package of 100,000. Now, the lowest package of 500 will give you 38,000 portions, and the highest package of 100,000 will give you 13 million portions. We are talking in dollars, please. When I say 100,000, I'm not speaking naira. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why we embrace opportunities to become co-owners of multinational companies is so that we do not earn in local currency. You understand that earning in fact, considering the inflation, earning in local currency right now is almost as if your effort is being depreciated. Because if you were earning maybe a salary of 500,000 a couple of years ago, it will be very significant. If you are earning that now, you're just barely, floating. So it is better to do something that earns you in hard currency. If you cannot travel abroad, you cannot japa, you can migrate your finances to the same currency that those who are traveling abroad are earning. You can do things in Nigeria that will help you earn the dollar those who are traveling out are earning. You can save in dollars, you can earn in dollars, you can make investment that pay you in dollars, and Skyward Community is one of the places where you can do at least two of those things that I just mentioned. Now take a screenshot of this page, and if you want to access the full information in your back office, I'm going to leave a link to the chat room so that you can read more in details and see all the details of the Unit 76 promotion. I just dropped the link to make sure that you go through it. Now, moving on. I'd like to draw our attention that a new role is now available. Remember when the speaker was talking about the education and adaptation platform, he talked about the opportunity that some of the courses you take can give you the opportunity to work. If you were paying attention, you would see there was that clause that you get a course, get trained, and you can actually begin to work. Sometimes you might be thinking they are just saying hypothetically that when you have these skills, you can then go into the job market and go and look for work. No, they are telling you that when we train you on a course and you do well in it, we can hire you immediately. The SkyWorld community can do that. And they've done that in the past. They continue to do that. They are not going to announce it. Sometimes they do. They announce, that they need some applicants to go for a particular position. Or sometimes you take a course and they hire you immediately on the spot of your graduation. That's what some of you don't know. There are opportunities here you are slipping away or you are ignoring because you're only looking at the dividends. When are the dividends coming? Some of you are, a lot of things are passing over the table, passing over your heads because you are not paying attention to what you really have in the SkyWorld community. Now, I want to tell you a new role of the professional SWC agents has appeared in the ecosystem, and it is open to everyone. If you want to take part in this role, you have to take a training, which is in your back office. You go to the training section, you go to the adaptation and learning platform, go to the professional SWC agent course. Take this course. It has 5 modules. You take this course, and if you do well in it, you can actually get hired to be a professional SWC agent. So go to your training account from your back office and make sure you take this course. If you have not already completed this course, just know that you are probably denying yourself the opportunity to be working under the SkyWorld community as a professional SWC agent. And that role comes with a lot of benefits. You will find more details in the training. Okay, moving on. I'd like to congratulate us because our Utera Middle East Agro Industry Limited Liability Company, our factory, the plant in Ras Al Khaimah, has been opened officially. And on the 10th of April was when this took place. It was officially opened, and they planned that the initial capacity will be 1 million liters of soil elixir, with the possibility of increasing up to 2 million if we begin a 24-hour round-the-clock operation. So we are already producing for sale. And in the coming months, I'm very certain that we will hear more in this direction concerning the distribution, because we have already a distribution network. The SkyWorld community partners spread across 180 countries is a significant resource in terms of distribution network, which can be exploited for the sales and distribution of these products. And if you have the interest to participate in distributing this Utera soil elixir here in Nigeria, I would like you to reach out to me after this meeting is over and let us discuss, because there might be an opportunity for you to be a distributor of the elixir. Now, in the opening of the Middle East agro industry, we had dignitaries and representatives of governments and major industry key players were in attendance. And then we had representatives of SWC as well. We had partners and investors. We had government officials from the UAE, from UST Inc., and the Utera Middle East Industries LLC. We already have 50 retail outlets in operation, and we are expanding very rapidly. So congratulations once again to everyone who supported the Utera project development and every co-owner of the Utera project. Now, recently, precisely on the 16th of April, GTI, UST Inc., and SWC, they held a conference, a joint conference, where they provided answers to some of the burning questions that some of the partners and investors have been asking. Some of the co-owners have been asking, and they had burning questions. Now, some of the summary of that meeting, some of the feedback that was gotten from that meeting. One moment, please. I saw something distracted me in the chat. Please, if you have questions, just keep them at the end of the presentation. We have the opportunity to ask. Now, some of the summary key points from that is that we have commercial projects, and we are currently moving towards the construction phase in certain of these projects. We have, for example, the UAE, Nepal, India, Indonesia, and the USA high-speed hub, which is coming up. So some of these projects are moving towards the construction phase. That means we've done the preliminary phase of documentation, signing of contract, memorandum, all those things are behind us. We are now moving towards construction. The details of remuneration to investors will be announced before the end of June 2025. And then very soon, we will see the countdown in our back office. The countdown to the end of the opportunity to be a co-owner will soon be displayed in our personal account, and the shares will become costlier by the day. In plus or minus 1 year, the co-ownership opportunity of UST from that stage 1 to stage 15, the early stage investment discount will end. Now, that does not mean you cannot buy the portions when they are listed in the stock exchange market for much higher, but you will not be a co-owner. So the clause of co-ownership of purchase of the intellectual property of GTI, which you have now till the end of stage 15, will end. This ongoing Unit 76 promotion may just be the last offer you will be seeing with a very high discount. So take note of that and do the needful. One of the top rated investors in Africa, currently the 4th highest investor globally, Honorable Sami Arugundade, he recently added another 1,500,000 portions to his ownership unit. This is somebody that already is the 4th top rated investor globally, and he is still investing. And he has one message to the community: buy more portions. All right, so that brings us to the end of tonight's event. And I have a feedback form here, which you can fill through the link that I am just going to drop in the chat room. At this junction, I will now invite you to ask your questions and give your comments and feedback. You saw during the presentation, we had a section where we said partner testimony. I was going to say anyone who wishes to share their testimony can just indicate by raising up their hand and do so. But I realized that if we started to take testimonials at that stage, we might delay, and then the timing we will probably not be able to manage the time very well. So I said, okay, let me see how the presentation plays out. Let's get to the end of the presentation. And then anybody who still wishes to share their testimony can then have the floor and be able to do so. So ladies and gentlemen, I will start by telling you about how I got to meet and learn about this community. The year was 2019. And at that point in my life, I was teaching because I love to share information. I love to help people get from one stage of knowledge to another. And I think I found that passion early. I found that I could do it very well. I found that I was perhaps blessed in that direction. I could patiently teach until people understood. I was using that in a small school, a primary school in Itori Ewekoro in Ogun State. And I was working at that time with the Teach for Nigeria Fellowship. We were on a 2-year fellowship, and our job was to improve learning outcome for learners in a... Okay, I see a question in the chat room. All right, let me rush through my story. During that period in my life, a friend of mine visited where I was working, Mary Acolyte, Augusta. And she shared with me the Skyward community. She shared with me the Skyward community's bold vision and Unitsky String Technologies transportation solution. And I saw huge potential in this. I made my research, and in that same month, I made my investment. It took a year, almost a year. It was August 2020 that I now started to tell other people about this opportunity. And to the glory of God, I've been doing that now since 2020. In fact, I invested 2019, but from 2020 up till now, 2025. This is going on 5 years. I've been with this community and it's growing stronger and stronger by the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen many businesses collapse within that time. And we have still continued to promote the Skyward community to those who care to listen, that this is a safe place where you can come in, learn, and earn. And many times people don't want to follow the process. They want to jump the gun. When you tell them about the process, they want to ask about the results. They want to, when is the dividends coming? When am I getting paid? If I invest now, how much will I be getting in 2 months, in 1 month? Will they be paying me monthly? No, they will pay you daily. In fact, they will pay you hourly. Because that's what we are. We are so greedy that when we put money down, when we put our seed in the ground, it needs to take time before it germinates. But the average investor or the average Nigerian who is so wired on survival, he's just thinking, I need money now, now, now. And the only platform he wants to pay attention to is the one telling him, bring your money and in 1 month I will double it. In 2 weeks I will double it. They feel that the shorter the period of investment, the better it is, their chances of getting rewards and running away. They say, I will just do it. I will just cycle out 4 times. And thank God it's very new. If I just do it sharp, sharp, I will just, before it crash. So you know, you are even planning that it will crash and you went to put your money there. Don't you see that there's something wrong with that thinking? But that's what we do. And we call it wisdom. And then we lose money. And we will see the good platform and say, everything online is a scam. That's how CBEX came. That's how MMM came. They will now be using their negative experience to interpret every single business as a scam, whereas they knew the genuine ones and they did not do it. They went for the scam and they will now, let me not talk. Let me just save it. Anyways, I see a question in the chat room here about the summary of the issue of dividends from the conference. Okay, what was the summary? Okay, so for this, there will be a recording. It is not me that will summarize it for you because this conversation is a conversation that is sensitive and technical. So when the recording is available, the recording that summarizes everything that was discussed in that conference, I'll make it available to you because if I should tell you what someone else said, you know what's happening, the information comes to me, I filter it through my experience and I give it to you. If I have any language understanding problem or language barrier, my experience filter will make the information that gets to you a little bit different from the original. So I always like people to hear from the source. My own is to bring it from the source, undiluted, and give it to you. I hope that helps. So once it's ready, it will be available to every member of the community. On that note, I see there are no more questions, so I'm going to ask us, and I'm not just going to ask us, I'm going to give us the permission to unmute our mic. Let me see, I want to acknowledge someone. I noticed Rebecca Isola Tamidili was in the room with us. Rebecca is the community manager for the English-speaking region, and she's very active in the Ghana region for Skyward community. Is she still in the room? Somebody help me check. Rebecca Bamidele, she's in the room. Let me just give her the mic so that she can say a little bit of, say hello to the community from Ghana. Is Rebecca still with us? Okay, let me check. Ms. Rebecca, if you are here, please just raise your hand. Help me to quickly find you. Okay, apparently she has left the room. Okay, so I'm going to give every one of us the opportunity to unmute our mic, and I'm going to record the... One moment, please. In a few seconds, you will see a notification requesting you to unmute your mic. Please accept and unmute your mic. If you are in a place where you can turn on your camera, you are
Hello,
well
good
dressed
evening.
for it. Oh, Rebecca, good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
I was looking for you. So please, if you have a few words you want to say to the community, kindly do so.
Sorry, I can barely hear you.
Okay, one moment. Let me. Okay, it's because everyone was unmuted, so the conversations were overlapping. So I've muted everyone. You can unmute your mic. I think it should be better now. So Ms. Rebecca, if you
Yes,
wish
sir.
to speak to us, I am giving you the access to do so. Ms. Rebecca is the community manager, like I mentioned, for English-speaking region, and she's also very active in the Ghana region. And she's joining our webinar. I don't know if this is the first time, but this is the first time I'm seeing you in our webinar. So just please say hello to us and greet the community. Let's acknowledge your presence.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Percy. And I also want to greet all leaders from Ambassador Elvis, leader Sunday Butu, Maria Percy, and everyone. I want to tell you that you are in the right place, and this is the right step in the right direction. I've actually been in meetings for, let's say, some time, but this is not the first time I've been in the Nigerian meeting. And basically, I work with the Ghanaian community as the SWC speaker for Ghana. So I want to say that please, SWC is what is built to last, and as well, the portions, the investment from USD is just what you need. But one thing that you should understand is that it's all about patience and perseverance. And I also want us to know that this is something for the long term, for our families, our children, and then for our future. You can do the sacrifice now, and in the future you will get to enjoy it better. So please, let's keep doing our best. Let's come on board. Let's reach out to people, because if we don't tell people about this technology, how will people know? At least the Teslas, the Amazons that we know of today. Someone told someone that, oh, I really loved the products on their website. I really loved the Tesla cars. And then, boom, people started recommending each other, and it became something big. So this is our own groundbreaking technology, and we are going to be seeing it through. Also, I want to encourage every one of us on the English speaking chat. Please, let's sometimes make sure to comment, like, and share most of our posts. It's not only for the community managers to be posting. Let's also like comment and chat and speak with each other, and that is why it is called the English speaking chat. Also, for our leaders, you can post, talk on the chat group, and then we can all get to know each other better. Thank you very much for the opportunity, curator. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rebecca. Nice to hear your voice. And also, she has rightly mentioned that we should engage on the English-speaking channel. A lot of people in channel may come up to say certain things because they are not participating or actively involved in meetings and staying updated. So those of us who know better, we have the responsibility to enlighten those who don't. If you know better, you should do better. I see a question from Mr. Dancing. What did you say about the end of June 2025? I have sent a screenshot of that slide where it mentions that remunerations will be, or details of remuneration will be, let me just read it how it was stated. Remuneration details to investors will be announced before the end of June 2025. So that is what was said. You may have missed it. Okay, so now let us do what we always do. And I'm going to give you the access to unmute your mic. And if you wish to, and you are in a place where it is comfortable to do so, you can also open your camera while I turn on the screen recording so that I can capture this moment. And we will do what we normally do, where I will say the Skyward community, and you will respond, creating and financing the future. All right, so let me give everyone the access to unmute. You will see a notification asking you to unmute your mic very soon. Okay, so kindly unmute your mic. I'm going to count us in 3, 2, 1. Skyward community.
Creating and financing the future.
Skyward community.
Creating and financing the future.
One more time. But before we do this, I think I need to record on my laptop as well. Now, one last time. Skyward community.
Creating and financing the future.
Creating and financing the future.
Creating and financing the future.
So until our next, I pray that you and see you in May for our main event. And keep investing.